of Miss B friends. Welcome back to another story. Oh, I'm so excited that you are here today for yet another story. My name is Miss B. I'm the creator of this YouTube channel, and I'm also the founder of Miss B Tutoring, MissBTutorMe.com. If you don't already know, have an adult in your household who has an Instagram account, visit me at Books with Miss B, and there you can make book requests. Tell me how you're doing. Say hello. I absolutely adore it when you guys reach out. It fills my heart with so much joy. So thank you for those of you who have already made book requests. Before we get started, before we do our read aloud today, I want you, my sweet little human, sitting right there, to lean in, like close, like super close. And I want you to put on your listening ears. I want you to turn them up like super duper loud. And just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to listen to this one important thing that I have to tell you. And that thing is that you, my sweet little human sitting right there, no matter how old you are absolutely, without a doubt, in my mind, perfect. Just the way you are. So please don't try to be anybody else. Just be you. Got it? Good. There's nobody else in the entire universe like you. And that is a very big deal. It's awesome. It would be very boring if we were all the same. And I want you to just love yourself the way you were made. And also be kind to each other. Got it? We only got this one magical life to live, so let's do it right. Okay. So today's story is extra special because it's by this beautiful new author. Her name is Andrea Alvarez, and she has written a story. It's based on a true story about a little boy who sort of doubted himself at first, but he had this thing inside of him called curiosity. So he was curious. He wondered about something specific. And he doubted himself that he could do this one thing. And then he practiced. And he tried really hard, and eventually he mastered this very difficult thing. And this very difficult thing is called, it's in the shape of a square, but it's a cube, and it's a puzzle. You know what that is? It's got different color squares all over it. What could that be? Yeah, a Rubik's Cube. So this little boy, Andres, solves a Rubik's Cube. And he gets like really good at it. And Andrea has written this book. And to tell you the truth, I have not read a story about a kiddo who's been able to master a Rubik's Cube. So when I received this book, it was magical. And look at me, I'm chatting. Let's get started, okay? All right. So the title of today's story is called Rubik's Cube Madness. See right here? That's that little square. Have you played one of these before? Have you tried one of these? I myself cannot master this. I do, however, know an incredibly bright little girl. Well, she's not so little. She's a little bit older now. And she's very capable of solving a Rubik's Cube. So I told her, you should try and enter this championship where you can go and master these things. There's like places to do that. It's kind of cool. And you can compete if that's your jam. If it's not, no big deal. But for Andres, that was a goal of his. So let's go ahead and read the story, Andres and his Rubik's Cube Madness. And it's by Andrea Alvarez, and it's illustrated by Sebastian. Let's get started. And the very sweet author has written me a note, which I absolutely adore. That was so nice. I feel special. Andres heard kids chattering outside his house. Curious, remember I said he had that thing inside him called curiosity? I hope you have that inside you too. Chattering outside his house. Curious, he went out and saw his friends surrounding the new kid in the neighborhood. Kino was solving a Rubik's Cube super fast. There he is. Super fast. Wow, how did you do that? Asked Andres, admiring Kino as he finished solving the multicolored cube in his hands. It's simple. All you have to do is learn the algorithms, said Kino. The what? What are algorithms? Asked Andres. Algorithms are like math codes. The more you memorize, the easier it is to solve the cube. Oh, Andres had no idea what Kino was talking about, but it sounded fun. Can I try it? Kino handed over the Rubik's Cube. Andres twisted it in different directions, trying to get all the faces to be one color. He tried again and again, but the colors were more mixed up than ever before. "This is impossible," Andres yelled. "It's not," Kino laughed, "but it takes time to learn." Nothing's impossible. At home, Andres told his mom all about Kino. "What if I can learn too?" asked Andres. "You can do anything you set your mind to," she said, "but you must work hard." Andres thought about this and realized he could do it too. Determined to learn, his mom bought him his first Rubik's Cube. From that day on, Andres took the Rubik's Cube everywhere he went. He practiced at home, during car rides. Look at his face here. Little, like a frustration, like, I'm gonna get this. On his bed, he's in his PJs, and even in his sleep. So he closed his eyes at night and he was dreaming about solving the Rubik's. It was madness. One day, after a lot of practice, there it was! Red, white, blue, orange, and yellow. Red, white, blue, green, orange, and yellow, all solved on each side. "Mom, Mom!" Andres shouted. "I solved it! I solved the Rubik's Cube!" "I knew you could," she said with a big smile as she pulled him in close and hugged him. But Andres didn't stop there. He wanted to solve it again and faster. So that's the goal, right? When you solve the Rubik's Cube, every single side is all one color. It's really challenging. So Andres worked and worked until he memorized as many algorithms as he could. He wrote them down and practiced one by one. As he continued to learn, he discovered that Rubik's Cube competitions are held all over the world. Kids everywhere competed. From all over the Americas to Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia, even in Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. Who knew? Then a daring idea popped into his head. What if I could compete too? Andres imagined himself competing at the biggest Rubik's Cube championship. But to qualify, he would have to first compete and solve the Rubik's Cube in 35 seconds or less. He thought about this, but not for long, because Andres knew he had to try. That's determination. I like it. During the next few days, Andres practiced so much that his hands hurt. Sometimes when twisting the cube, the pieces would pop and fall apart. "Oh no," he cried. But every time, Andres put the pieces together again and practiced some more. So another word besides determination is dedication, right? If you're dedicated to what you do, that means you really love what you're doing and you keep on trying and you keep on doing it. So he was determined. First, he was really curious, then a little bit frustrated, but then he became determined, and then he was showing dedication, right? Those are a lot of big words, big, amazing words. Andres showed Kino his progress. Remember Kino? The friend in the beginning, right? That introduced him to it. "Wow, 28 seconds, Kino exclaimed. "You learned fast." "It's fun," said Andres. "Come on, let's solve some cubes." Kino and Andres quickly became friends, and together they practiced until the day of the competition arrived. On the day of the competition, Andres was nervous. What if he didn't solve the Rubik's Cube fast enough to qualify? He looked around and saw that everyone was there. Everyone, look. They were all there to support him. Mom, Dad, Grandma, his cousin Joni, Kino, and even his dog Leo. Makes a difference, right? When you got everyone there. The announcer called his name. Andres confidently walked to the stage and smiled. He took a deep breath, grabbed the unsolved Rubik's Cube, and began twisting it quickly. The timer started ticking. 1. Done, Andres shouted. But was it fast enough? He looked at the timer. 15 seconds. 15 seconds! Yes! Andres cheered. Yay! Everyone ran up to Andres and hugged him. I qualified, Andres yelled. You practiced every day, said his mom proudly, but most importantly, you never gave up. Andres was thrilled, but the happiness he felt in that very moment, surrounded by his family, was the best feeling of it all. His dream of competing at the biggest championship became true. National Cubing Championship. Andres didn't know if he would win, but he knew one thing. He was ready to try. Yes! Good job, Andres. There's an author's note, so Miss Andrea, the magical woman who wrote this story, gives you all this information about Rubik's Cube. And what I did not know is that only 6% of the population can solve a Rubik's Cube in the whole world. That's not that much. It's kind of crazy. And the fastest that anyone has ever solved a Rubik's Cube, that's Miss Andrea. Can you see her? And then this is a picture, a self-portrait that Miss Sebastian did of herself, the illustrator. So yeah, the fastest Rubik's Cube has been solved in 4 seconds. That's crazy. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Andres and his Rubik's Cube madness. If you don't already have this in your home library, please go check it out. Also, you can check out Miss Andrea. She is on Instagram, and you can follow her and just find out more incredible facts about the Rubik's Cube. And if you've never had one before and you've never solved one before, maybe that's going to be your new thing. Who knows? But the best part is that this story is all about determination, right? Being curious, being dedicated at what you do, and never, ever, ever giving up. And I know that you guys can do that with whatever you put your mind to. You can do it. Okay? Good. If you like this story, press the like button. You can subscribe below. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed to Books with Miss B. I appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which blows my mind. And I love it, every minute of this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all like crazy. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, my Books with Miss B friends. I have something very important I want you all to know.
Please always remember this.
Remember that it is always
very, very important to love who you are.
And don't try to be anybody else
but who you are. Because, in case you didn't know, I'm going to tell you.
Are without a doubt in my mind